Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Shemi Al Shai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone that taught us this truth and rule well, and to the men that taught them. Peace and blessings to the elect, the nation of Israel, and that begins with the 144,000 who are the prophets today, and also the great multitude of men, women, and children the Heavenly Father is going to have mercy on. And you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites, and that is according to the Holy Scriptures. Come on another lesson. This is your brother Dawadah, and this lesson is entitled, Living in This World is an Illusion. Nothing but an illusion, because most of these people in this world is going to stay asleep, you know what I'm saying? Because what they'll rather do is believe lies, you know what I'm saying? Instead of believing what the truth is. And the truth is these holy scriptures, you know what I'm saying? But only the elect and 1/3 is going to be saved, so it don't really matter. 2/3 of our people are going to be put to death right along with these heathens. And the main focus of pushing, and the main focus, basically whoever what's the saying, what's that scripture? Say, train up a child, let me get that for you so I don't butcher that. I think that's Proverbs 22:6. Yeah, because, you have to, train them up right. Because if you don't, this world will eat them alive. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs chapter 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Yeah, because, like I said again, if you don't teach your child right or wrong, this world, you know what I'm saying, will teach him basically what's wrong instead of right. You know what I'm saying? They'll teach him nothing but wickedness, because that's why it's important to train them up. You know what I'm saying? Before the world get to them. You know what I'm saying? Which most of these people heads are already messed up, but you don't want your child to be the same way. And since our people have been destroyed for the lack of knowledge, you know what I'm saying, they would rather, choose right than choose wrong. You know what I'm saying? Choose wrong instead of choosing right. You know what I'm saying? They would rather go down that path. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Isaiah 5:20. Let me see. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Yeah, because that's our people today. You know what I'm saying? They would rather choose evil over good. You know what I'm saying? It's because who's in charge? You know what I'm saying? But building a relationship with most high is the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially being, in this place, which is nothing but fake. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, everything here is an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Let's look up that word, illusion. It's just nothing but an illusion that, our people here want to basically, accept nothing but lies, and they want this place to carry on. You know what I'm saying? It says, a thing that is or is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses. Yeah, so, our people would rather, take the side of being wrong and going that route instead of, going the right way. And it's only because who's in charge, you know what I'm saying? The separate thing, so-called white man, woman, children, is running this world, you know what I'm saying? Which are the Edomites, the biblical Edomites, you know what I'm saying? And from time you are little until, adulthood, you know what I'm saying? what they do, they push that illusion on you, you know what I'm saying? Get a good education, get the highest degree you can, you know what I'm saying? So you can just basically be, programmed a slave, you know what I'm saying? You know, what else they tell you? You say, work super hard, you know what I'm saying? And you can move up in the company, you know, make more money, and basically all they doing is taking more taxes out your check. So, this is all number to lose, you know what I'm saying? Just being in that rat race that most people love to be in, you know what I'm saying? And then what else, you know what I'm saying? They give you an illusion, basically each month you pay nothing but bills each month, which is nothing but crap, you know what I'm saying? And then they put all the stuff on TV, you know what I'm saying? Just basically a distraction, you know what I'm saying? To distract you. So yeah, So with all the distractions that they put on TV, they do that for a reason, man. They put all these sports, on the TV, you know what I'm saying? They push, constant number of gambling, you know what I'm saying? What else? They push so you can chase after the money, you know what I'm saying? This almighty dollar, you know what I'm saying? Which is nothing but crap, So they do that for a reason, so they don't want our people to know who they are and know the truth, Because they know we are the people of the Bible. We the chosen people, the children of the Most High, Yasharallah, And we give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? We the children of Israel, Not those, small hats over there and over here in the States, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, But what Esau does, he basically, pushes nothing but, crap, you know what I'm saying? Because everything, now is just an illusion, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why he did that is because he stole our true identity, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have no culture, He stole our heritage and said we African American, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how things are, in this world. But, Esau is crafty, at what he does. He does it. He's really good at it, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to Romans chapter 12, verse 2. You know what I'm saying? And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect and will of the Most High. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we are told not to, conform to this world, you know what I'm saying? This world is displayed, nothing but wickedness, you know what I'm saying? And what we supposed to do, like I said again, we're supposed to train them up. We're supposed to teach our kids at a young age and train them up to fear the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's why we don't supposed to be, believing in nothing Esau pushes out there. Because all we know is this is an illusion, you know what I'm saying? To keep you off track. You know what I'm saying? And being in this truth and this word, we're supposed to renew our minds each and every day, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't supposed to conform to this world, you know what I'm saying? Let's look up that word, conform, because, that's how, people here, and, they do, they conform to the ways of this world, and it overtakes them, basically nothing but crap, that they're getting fed with, from everything, from the fast food, from the air, everything, you know what I'm saying? Read this, conform, comply with rules, standards, or laws, yeah, and that's why we don't supposed to conform to this world. And the reason why I say that is because, this place is nothing but, crap, They can say a man and a man can sleep with one another. The man can cut his rod off. And then also the woman, they can do the same thing. A woman can sleep with a woman, she can change her sex. That's madness, you know what I'm saying? And that's why this place has to go. This kingdom has to go, man. And you know what I'm saying? And what they do, they use, these stars, you know what I'm saying, to push number wickedness also. to deceive our people, and even the rest of the people, the heathens, you know. But it's an illusion when they tell you you're free. But each and every month, man, you have to, work, constantly hours and hours and hours just to pay these bills, you know what I'm saying? Like a water bill, electric bill, you know what I'm saying? You have to, just constantly, you know what I'm saying, pay a mortgage, Gad and Reuben wasn't paying no mortgage, man, when they was over here. No. So that's why I say, man, everything here in Babylon the Great is nothing but an illusion, you know what I'm saying? And that's why this place is it has to go, man, you know what I'm saying? And most of these people think that this is the way life's supposed to go. No, I ain't supposed to go like that. That's why I say this place is nothing but, nothing but a turmoil, you know what I'm saying? This is not a place where, you're going to get somewhere, Let's go to Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. And the simple believe every word, but the prudent man look well to his goings. Yeah. So you know who the simple-minded is, you know what I'm saying? That's Jake and Eve, because they believe everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything. Everything that's pushed in Babylon, they believe it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they put on the news, they believe it, you know what I'm saying? But what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to meditate on this truth each and every day, you know what I'm saying? That we don't supposed to believe nothing that's pushed in Babylon, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said again, another thing that they push on our people is these different types of religion, you know what I'm saying? Which is all an illusion also, you know what I'm saying? And what they do is they do that because they're trying to keep the masses of these people confused, you know what I'm saying? And what our people do, Jake and Eve, what they'll really do is they'll just rather keep on believing in a lie, you know what I'm saying? And if you ain't coming from this truth, this word, you know what I'm saying? What's that? Isaiah 8 and 20. There's no truth in you, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just be, gurgitating things off the side of your neck and it ain't lining up with the word, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To take to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Yeah. Because we in bad times, and bad times mean evil times, you know what I'm saying? From our people, you know what I'm saying? The Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and other nations, man, these people don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? They just going to continue to believe whatever that's going on in this world, and they're going to conform to this world, you know what I'm saying? They love the illusion about this place, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that we always go into is the sea hill, you know what I'm saying? That's coming real soon, that's coming. That's coming to, theater near you, you know what I'm saying? Where that's going to be where people's faith is going to be tested, you know what I'm saying? Our temptation. And we are going to be faced with that, And that's Revelations 13 and 16, yeah. Because all of us going to have to go through, going to go that route. And it's going to be up to you to build your faith up and not take that, you know what I'm saying? And only electing them 1/3 is going to take heed and not going to take that, you know what I'm saying? The rest of our people, the 2/3 in these heathen nations, they're gonna fall right in line, you know what I'm saying? And let's go to Proverbs 14 and back to 14 and 18. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Yeah, And the world only cares about folly. This place here, man, it only cares about folly. And what that word folly means, foolish, And one of the things that these people do, man, every day, man. I seen a lady, man, she was walking her dog. Man, she didn't lift her head up not one time. She was in her phone the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Because these people are attached to these phones, man. And what else do? They love, also pushing, all these challenging videos that they do. If they see one person do it, they do it too. You know what I'm saying? You know, crazy, man. You know, and another thing they do is, they try to pretend that they're doing really good. Trying to flash, things on their page, like they're, living large. You know what I'm saying? All this materialistic stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't living large. Most of these people are miserable. And like I said again, all they doing is, falling under that limelight of being in that illusion state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Because most of these people are depressed. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. They're depressed, and they want to perpetrate like they really doing good, but they ain't doing good. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And you see, we don't supposed to love this world. You know what I'm saying? Because this world is not going to be around anyway. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the rulership of Esau, Edom is pretty much done. We at the end. You know what I'm saying? Ezra 6 and 9. You know what I'm saying? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning to follow. Yeah. So we know, we know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Because in our kingdom, we're going to get everything back. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're supposed to seek, Yahweh Shem Al Shai. You know what I'm saying? Seek the kingdom. Matthew 6 and 33, So our time is invested in pushing this truth and worshiping Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Not to worship this wicked, evil kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Yeah. And that's everything that this world pushes. It pushes the lust of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? That's on the top of people's list. You know what I'm saying? Women getting all kind of different plastic surgeries. They want to get these butt implants. You know what I'm saying? Get their breasts real big. Because they're feeding the lust of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And Jake loves, also perpetrating, like he got fancy cars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing that, you know what I'm saying, to perpetrate so he can get, some box from these stinky old hoes. You know what I'm saying? And prior to these people, man, you see it on the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Posting number of selfie pictures each and every and all day. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see a man on there, he up there posting all those pictures and of himself taking pictures. Man, that's gay, man. That's out of line. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because in this truth, man, we are made to be humble, not proud. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be thankful each and every day. Yahweh Shem Al Shai wake you up and bless you for the things that you have. You don't supposed to be walking around like you love this place and feeding your lust all day and every day. Because we at the time now, we in Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? And things going to get heated. Things going to get crazy out here. Verse 17, and the world passed away, and the lust thereof, but he that do the will of the Most High abide forever. Yeah. So this world is going to pass away, like I say again. And we don't care about Babylon the Great. This place has to go. It's being slow cooked right now. You know what I'm saying? And like it said, the will of the Most High abide forever. Yeah. Because if you put your trust in Yahweh Shem Al Shai, you know what I'm saying, and nothing else, you know that you can trust in him when that time of hour of temptation is coming. Because Jacob's trouble, we in Jacob's trouble now. But it's gonna get really crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High, he gonna come. Yeah, we gonna end on this. Let's go in on 2 Peter 3 and 10, because this is how he gonna come. You know what I'm saying? All these people is filling their belly. You know what I'm saying? Their lust. Caring about the ways of this world. You know what I'm saying? But like I said again, this place is nothing but an illusion. There's nothing to be thankful and proud of. Want to live in this place, man. Babylon the Great, aka America. You know. Let's go to 2 Peter 3 and 10. We'll close out with this. But the day of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are in therein should be burnt up. Woo. So, hey, we already know this place down here. We don't have to worry about, nothing in this place. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about the materialistic stuff that, the people want in this world. Now, we're not saying that you can't have nice things. You can, but you don't put that first before Yahweh Shema Shai. Because we already know, like I said again, this is all an illusion. And what the elites trying to do, they trying to set up their new NWO, you know what I'm saying? To control people, you know what I'm saying? And that's what that C-HIP is for. And that's right around the corner. So like I said again, this place is done. You know what I'm saying? We already know this place is straight up in an illusion of tricking you and tricking your mind to think that, how they orchestrated all this and put everything together. You thinking that this is what life is supposed to be. But life ain't supposed to be like this. And we sick and tired of this place. We ready for this place to go down. But we know, you know what I'm saying, we got to stay. We have to patiently wait, you know what I'm saying. Keep building our faith up. You know what I'm saying? Being hearers and doers of this truth and this word, pushing this truth, feeding the sheep, the lamb. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're praying the downfall of this wicked kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That Yahweh Shema Shai come back and save us real soon. So I hope this was edifying. This is your brother Dawadah. Come on, another lesson. I want to say Shalom. Call all Yahweh Shema Shai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim on the four corners of this earth, teaching this truth, risking their lives each and every week, and on the highways and the byways. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, this is your brother Dawadah. Shalom.